Hi, I'm Louie Anderson. Glad you're with us for another Barry ZeVan, the weatherman, current forecast for the Twin Cities and the nation.
I like Barry ZeVan, the weatherman, because he's a real meathead-ologist.
Jimmy, that's meteorologist.
That's what I said.
Thank you, Louie, and thank you, Jimmy. And thank you, audience, for putting up with my absence for 4 months. I was very ill, as a matter of fact, and had a condition called C. diff. Look it up if you're not familiar with it. It's mostly fatal, but I escaped. And indeed, I'm very happy to be back. We're going to start out, though, every 2 weeks, so the next broadcast after today will be the day before Thanksgiving. So every other Wednesday, and then starting in January back to hopefully once a week again. But right now, let's take a look at the satellite imagery for precipitation forecast. Actually, this has modified quite a bit, or a little bit anyway, for the upper Midwest. We expect no precipitation in this part of the country, Minnesota specifically, after today. And so the rest of the nation, as you can see, mostly clear. And it's a forecast of things to come. Let's take a look at the national map right now. We see that high pressure, which is centered over North Dakota and Montana, and also southern Alberta and Saskatchewan, is pushing all this cold air farther east. And this, when the air is cold, it's heavier. Lighter air, low pressure; heavier air, high pressure. But the high pressure that's cold is starting to shift farther east, and we expect in the next 2 weeks, your 2-week forecast now, is going to be much warmer than it has been and back to normal conditions, thank goodness. In Chicago today, the high was 28, 40 degrees down in St. Louis, 52 in Oklahoma City. The nation's official low this morning back here in New Hampshire at Mount Washington, minus 17. For their low, the nation's official high yesterday was 91 down in Death Valley, 75 in Los Angeles for their high today, 78 in Las Vegas, 59 in Portland, and 57 in Seattle, Tacoma, 45 in Billings for their high today, 37 in Omaha, and we have 45 for a high in Atlanta, as well as in Memphis. The only precipitation of any consequence really right now is down in Miami, where they had a high today of 83 with some shower and thunderstorm activity. 33 in Pittsburgh today, 25 with some snow showers in whatever that is in English, in Detroit, and 34 degrees in both Boston and New York. The conditions are so good in most of the country right now, except for the Northeast, where it's still much colder than normal. That's going to improve a lot with this flow coming around from the high, which is going to settle farther south overnight and push our Pacific breezes toward us in the upper Midwest. The highs tomorrow are going to be much higher than they were the past couple of days, and 48 degrees tomorrow in Rapid City, 43 for the high tomorrow in Bismarck, 31 at Alexandria, Minnesota, 29 in Bird Island, 28 at Rochester, and 31 in Duluth, all in Minnesota, of course, 30 degrees down in Des Moines, and 31 for the high tomorrow in Madison, Wisconsin. The current temperature is 24 degrees. The pressure is steady at 29.98 inches of mercury. Humidity 84%, wind northwest at 6 miles an hour. The sky is cloudy. The forecast is for a low of 23 tomorrow morning with a high of 32. Tomorrow, no precipitation expected. Winds will be west at 7 to 12 miles an hour. The sun will rise at 7:07 and will set at 4:45. Mostly clear is the forecast, and that's good news because the high pressure that's dominating that forecast is going to stick around for more than several days. The extended forecast through next Tuesday, mostly cloudy, much warmer, and that's very, very good news. So thank you for starting to tune in again, we hope, and we'll see you the day before Thanksgiving.